on with some exciting news. My name's Anne.
And my name's Stephen, if you didn't already know, like.
It was like Christmas morning in our house yesterday, wasn't it, Stephen?
It was. Anne told me some exciting news, and I'm not going to say too much, but you sent me an email, didn't you?
I did. Well, we received an email for a much awaited calendar that we've produced for the Rochdale Canal at 2025. And as you can see on the front cover, there's a lovely picture of Hebden Bridge there.
Yeah, and like I said, obviously this was yesterday, and as soon as Anne told me the email that calendar were arriving, literally every single van that come up the cul-de-sac, I was there like at a window, front door. And anyway, finally this DPD van come, you know, and it opened its door and it had this knock, and I thought, yes, it's like winning, not pools, is it? It's like lottery now, isn't it? You know what I mean? And it gave me this big box, and I'm thinking, yes, it's like my answer, it's Christmas Day, you know what I mean? No wrapping paper. No. But, you know, like, I resisted the temptation to open the box there and then until Anne come back in, because I think you nipped in your treatment.
Yeah, I had. Yeah. So yeah, the calendar's available to you now, okay? We can post it out. I'll just show you another picture on the calendar there, and there you can see there's a picture of the summit, and that's in June. So that is, you know, just a sneaky peek at what's in the calendar. We've got lots of different areas of Rochdale Canal in this calendar. So it's not just centred on Hebden Bridge or Salby Bridge, it's got a lot of the others.
Yeah, like I mentioned, what it was is, go back a few years, I was working at Rochdale. I was a community police officer, wasn't I?
You were.
And I ended up doing that for 20 years. Like, I'm not doing it now, but yeah, I did it for 20 years. And on my patch, which at that point were kind of Newbold in Kingsway, we're encouraged to walk along the towpath because it was suffering of antisocial behaviour. You name it, it was kind of happening on there. So I remember walking along it and feeling quite sad, really, you know what I mean? Because certainly on the urban section, it had been neglected, and there were a lot of litter, dog muck, trolleys. You know, talk about trolleys, it's like they were breeding in the canal, there were bloody millions of them, you know what I mean? Kept having to use that trolley wise up and get them shifted. You know what I mean? And every time I come to a bridge, I remember thinking, like, as long as some were behind me, you know what I mean? And I used to stop and I think, now I'll make a good picture of that, you know what I mean? And obviously, if I was on the route to a job, I didn't have time for that. But over a period of time, I did take a lot of interesting photographs, literally along most of the canal, didn't I?
You did,
not just the urban section, but as I mentioned, Hebden Bridge and my days off and all that. So that's kind of how it come about. And then we were chatting about it, weren't we? You know what I mean? Like, because all these pictures, and we're thinking, what can we do with them? You know what I mean? And we're trying to think of a way to help, weren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, and what we've done, obviously, we've had to fund the calendar, haven't we? You know, it was, I'm not saying a considerable cost, but they're not cheap. Anyone who's done a calendar, they're not cheap to do. So obviously we put the money in, but what we're trying to do is really it's promote the canal, isn't it?
Well, it is, because
it to a wider audience.
It's your passion, isn't it?
Well,
We've got the
Rochdale,
we've got the Rochdale Canal Group, and that's growing really well, and we're so pleased. We're so pleased about how people are interacting on the group and posting pictures of the canal, and there's some beautiful pictures being posted on, isn't there?
Yeah, and everyone's really friendly, and that's what I like, because I know I post a bit, but the whole idea with the group, we're not only to raise the profile of the canal, but like, you've got a lot of groups working along it, and it was kind of giving them somewhere to post as well, isn't it?
It is.
You know what I mean? And that's why we kind of come up with this idea that every calendar we sell, we're going to donate £1 from each calendar, aren't we?
We are.
To the various groups, voluntary groups up and down the canal that do sterling work on their own section. So you can imagine if we sold 10 calendars, that's £10 towards a good cause, you know what I mean? And what we're going to do is small grants into it.
It is, yes.
You know, and they can use that, hopefully, you know, for whatever. It could be tools, it could be gloves, it could be anything, couldn't it? Like an event. Yeah. But it's kind of giving something back, you know, which is nice. And not only that, but it's like me, that calendar's going straight on wall now, you know what I mean? I'll be putting it up there, and I'll be there, like every time it gets to a new month, I'll be thinking, I wonder what pictures this time are like, but it's nice, isn't it?
It is,
it's nice
lovely.
To pay back, and like you said, I'm just chuffed, because hopefully these pictures, you know, certainly people who walked along it, live near it, boated along it, it'll mean something to them, because it'll hopefully bring back a lot of good memories, and I know it might be the odd bad memory in case of water levels, you know what I mean, but I think anyone who's been to the Rochdale, for whatever reason, you know, has probably got a soft spot for it. We certainly have, haven't we?
We have. I mean, we've walked along the Rochdale many a time, haven't we? And we do love it. And some of the countryside is so gorgeous.
Spectacular,
you know.
isn't it, really?
Yeah. So, and you know, it's very close to our hearts.
It
Rochdale
is, and like obviously it's one of 3 Transpennine waterways, and you know, it had been derelict since 1952, and over many years they'd really had put some bad obstructions, you know what I mean, like dropping road bridges, culverting sections, you name it, they did it to Rochdale. But then the Rochdale Canal Society had come around about 1974, and if it hadn't been for them, and especially Brian Holden, who was a stalwart, we might never have got it back, but we did get it back. And like I said, it reopened 2021. You think about it now, it's almost 2001. But my point is this, it's like, is it almost 25 years on now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it is showing its, you know, it really does need investment, you know what I mean? And obviously if it's hard work to use, it's going to put people off, isn't it?
Yes.
So hopefully this will raise its profile, and with some of that money it's going to, you know, it'll help these groups, won't it?
I also like to and Stephen and I like the Rochdale as well. We've got one from Yorkshire and one from Lancashire because it covers both counties. So, so yeah.
Answer for that. What's the Lancashire? Is it the Red Rose of Lancashire?
Yeah, you're the Red Rose. I'm the White Rose.
Up the Reds. Up the Reds. Well, we're getting to fisticuffs, aren't we? Like we do this arm wrestling. No, it's me. It's me.
So, but yeah. We hope that you would like to get a copy of the calendar, and as we say, £1 is going to good causes along the canal that are doing sterling work, upkeeping the canal. I'll just show you the front cover again, which is beautiful. The calendars are £12 and the postage is £2.70. But as soon as we get your order, we will get it posted out. The orders are starting to come in,
which can only be a good thing, can't it?
Well, it
and
is.
I thank you to everyone who's purchased one so far. We genuinely appreciate it.
We do.
And we hope you like it as much as we do.
We love it. We really love it, don't we?
We do.
And I suppose that
I'm just glancing up. We've been talking for 7 minutes 25, which you probably think you should have switched off now. I've had enough, like. So I suppose we should leave it, shouldn't we? That's our good news. Please buy in calendar. You know, I mean, it goes to good causes, and it raises
the profile at Canal.
It
so
does.
it's win-win-win-win.
Yes, totally.
Well, thank you so much, and I'm sure we'll see you soon, either on social networks or on the Canal Topa.
Okay.
So have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.